ball player.
All right, I'm going to toss one player. You can say no if not, because we didn't mention him at all. But Dejon Brown from Hawaii, offensive lineman. Anything about him at all being selected or anything you've looked at with him so far? Because he's doing decent stuff in the All-Star games. So.
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't. He's not one of the guys I'm thinking to look at yet. So still kind of working through the last, trying to work through maybe the last 20 or 30 players on my board. I've scouted about 275, I would say, up to this point. So to be honest, he's not someone who's come across my radar yet.
No problem.
I don't know if he's a seventh rounder or maybe a priority free agent, but he's not someone I'm familiar with.
That's fine. I saw him doing a few good things. I was like, well, we mentioned quarterback. Wait, there's another offensive lineman who had a pretty good career. So no, that's perfectly fine. And then one last guy for wrap it up. A guy I did give you the name on, so sorry about Brown there. But Nick Stevens, quarterback. He's like about a top 12 of the class, I believe, from what I've looking at overall. I like him a bit more than most people because he had at least the last year's pretty good. The year before was just a complete mess. Does he have any chance of being picked, partly because quarterback teams want a QB, or do you see any potential of him maybe being like a late round guy and just getting picked up somewhere just because he's a quarterback or he's actually have talent to make it?
Yeah, I think he'll get drafted on day 3. I think he's a round 6 or 7 guy. When I put the tape on him, I do think there's some traits worth developing. Right now I know he's working with Steve Fairchild. I don't know if you're familiar with Steve, but he's an excellent quarterback training coach. More than 30-plus years of experience. He trained a couple quarterbacks in last year's draft. Kyle Slaughter, the kid who ended up, I think, originally in Denver, and he's in Minnesota now. But Nick Stevens is working with him. Again, I think that's an excellent decision. You mentioned a bit of an up-and-down collegiate career. He was benched as a freshman, but got the job back. I think it was due to injury, and he didn't look back. Tough guy, been through some adversity. I think he's someone who comes in, a team at state looking to develop a QB on day 3. They'll look at him and say, hey, he's someone, who worked under center, at CSU, comes from a pro-style offense, pretty good, accurate thrower. I think the knocks on him are going to be, the arm strength is probably average. I'd say it's average at best. Kind of struggled with some of those downfield throws. He's a little undersized as well. But I do think he's worth drafting on day 3. I think he's got some traits worth developing. At least can maybe turn into a high upside backup, I would say.
I actually have one more I'd like to ask about as well, real quick. Because, a lot of the talk has been surrounding, Rashard Penny coming out of San Diego State. But, Cameron Kelly's had, a pretty nice offseason as well. It seems like he, had a couple of nice workouts. I forget which bowl game he played in the postseason. It escapes me right now. I think it was the Senior Bowl, but don't quote me on that. But I guess, where do you see him falling? Because I know that, DeMonte Casey, I think, was a day 3 pick last year, if I'm not mistaken. So do you see Kelly as kind of following the same path, and do you think that he can find a way to be a contributor?
I think he'll probably fall in. For me, he's a late 3rd, early 4th round guy. But from what I've gathered, I like him quite a bit more than some other people because I really like him. I think he's a very interesting guy to me, very versatile, has experience playing both, corner and safety. Going back to what you mentioned earlier with Penny, teams love that versatility. He can play more than one position. Especially a guy who's got excellent length. I think teams are going to be very, very intrigued with the idea of maybe playing him at corner due to the length and ball skills that he has. It's very evident. Those are 2 things for me that jumped off the screen. When I began my process into scouting him, the first game I put on from this past year was against Stanford. And I was blown away with his performance in that game. I mean, guy, I want to say a couple of sacks. I think they blitzed him a couple times. He came up with a couple of design blitzes where, he ended up with a sack. He forced a fumble. He had an interception. I mean, really, really good player. There was some excellent coverage throughout that game as well that I noticed on tape when he was lining up, even in man coverage one-on-one. So I really, really like him. I think he's a guy that a defensive coordinator can do a lot with, whether you're playing him on the back end or he comes up, can affect the run game, can cover tight ends and running backs, can maybe play out of the nickel, cover some slot receivers, can play the deep middle. I really, really like him a lot. Again, I've had some conversations with people who aren't crazy about him, so I'm not sure exactly where he'll fall, but for me, I feel comfortable taking him in, I would say, probably the 4th round.
Excellent. Thank you very much. No, our time is up here now. We got in all the players we need to chat with within the conference. Me and Matt will go over the other guys in a minute, but Justin, thanks for hopping on. So check his stuff out. Go to JustinM_NFL on Twitter. What URL is it? Draftwire.usatoday.com. Titans wire stuff. And thanks for hopping on, and hope your week you somehow get a couple hours of sleep between now and the weekend, because it's going to be nuts.
Hopefully. I'm not sure I'll get much sleep, but it's all good. This is what we do it for. So I really appreciate you guys having me on, for sure. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, folks. It's what you've all been waiting for.